All right, you guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel, and we're here at my house, and I have two special guests. To my right, I got Catherine.
Hi, everyone.
There you go. And to my left, I got AT.
Hello.
Athena. And we're gonna do something fun. This is, as Athena calls it, what is it, Athena?
Two truths and one lie.
And it's a throwback to
Michigan State.
Trips back in what?
2014, 15.
Yeah, probably, yeah. So that long ago.
8-hour drives.
So when we used to go on drives, and of course, I got to drive and they got to chill in the back, and they would be more than happy to go for a nap or something else, listen to music, and I'll be like, no, I need to stay up as well. So, you know, if you want to live, then we would play games and we would come up with all sorts of games. So this one, we're going to go ahead and start with AT. And what is going to happen is that AT is going to read all three, and two of them are going to be true and one is a lie, and Catherine and I are going to have to figure out which one is the lie. So here we go.
All right, here's my first one. I've met Pickleball. True story.
True story.
When I was younger, my dream was to be a firefighter. True story.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's true story for all the three of them.
Oh man.
I have never been stung by a bee or a wasp. True story.
All true stories.
Yep.
So it's
What was the second one?
people like in Miami. I feel like that could happen because I feel like he's always in Miami.
Yeah.
She probably does. She have connections that you know of?
But
The second one was when I was younger, my dream was to be a firefighter.
I believe that.
yeah, I think that's true.
I feel like she just threw the stinging thing just to be like, oh, it's like so
And I
easy.
think the third one is true.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I think the first one is a lie, the Pitbull one.
So you think she's never
I
been?
just told you guys they're all true.
Yeah. So you don't. So you
got
think
defensive.
she's never? Yeah. So do you think she's never been stung by a bee or a wasp or anything? Do you know if she's allergic to it? That would be
No,
traumatic.
she's not allergic.
No? So you think it's Pitbull? That she's met Pitbull? You think is a lie?
Or the third one, I don't know.
Okay. What do you say? First one or third one? I'll go with whatever.
First one.
Okay.
That's your final answer?
Final answer.
That is true. I've met Pitbull.
That's Miami.
Yeah, it was actually, there's this Cuban restaurant at a mall in Miami, and
figure.
he's there all the time when he's in town, and we love that restaurant, so I was there with my family, and he was at the bar, surrounded by a ton of people, so I just went up to him and talked to him. It was actually really nice.
Oh, look at
Yeah.
you. Okay.
The second truth is I have never been stung by a bee or a wasp. That's the
So your
second
dream
truth.
was...
So you're not.
So I did not want to be a firefighter when I was younger. I wanted to be a professional tennis player.
Oh, there you go. That makes
Yeah.
sense,
Shoot.
I guess. We
Need
failed.
to learn more about you.
Yes. So yeah. Anyways. All right, Catherine, your turn.
right.
Let's hear it.
The first one, I have never won a skiing competition before. Second one, I have broken several bones in my whole life. And the third one, I have never owned a chicken as a pet.
I have never won a
I don't
skiing
think she's broken.
competition.
Has she broken anything? That would have come up at Michigan State if she had broken something.
I know of one.
But you said
When
several.
she was really, yeah, she said several. I know that there was one time she broke a bone. She was really little, and it was before she learned how to walk, I think.
I feel like
She's not
she's
saying
skied,
anything.
right? She's
She skied, but I don't know if she won a competition or not. She skied competitively.
Go figure, Catherine. She would have. Oh, skiing, but she just snowboard and ski?
No snowboarding, just skiing.
Just skiing. Okay, so then,
And I have broken several bones.
yeah, can you read that one again? Because I feel like that's the word usage could be the...
I have broken, not several bones at the same time,
That's the one.
And that's the one, ladies and gentlemen.
That's the lie.
She did. It's the chicken.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
Hold on. Okay.
I have
guys,
broken several bones in my life before.
You
So you
have?
thought it was the lie,
Yeah.
right? Okay, no, it's true. I've broken a lot of toes in my house.
Kicking feels. Can you tell that to Lena so we stop kicking the furniture? How'd
Yeah,
you
I
break
used
them?
to like just go and play sports in my basement, and I would just play soccer, play hockey, and just run into the wall and like catch two toes and I would break them. And then I had to go play tennis and I would tape the toes.
Yeah.
And then the first one was I've never owned a chicken as a pet. I just wanted to put that out there. And then
Alexis knew it.
I've won some skiing
I figured.
competition, but I was really little, so it was like a little mini competition, and I won a few of them.
Was it on the slope that you took me on? What do they call it? The
No,
magic
no,
carpet?
it was in.
Magic
It's called.
That's
It's
what they call
called
it.
the Massif. It's in
Massive.
like 3 hours near Quebec City,
Wow.
Alright.
and so I won, but I was really little. So yeah,
Hey,
I just wanted to put
better
the
than
chicken
me. I
out there.
can't even. You just wanted to go with the chicken. Of course, it wasn't the chicken. For my now, so the first one, Alexis, turn around because otherwise, yeah, turn around. The first one is that I've been bitten by a snake. The second one, I've been bitten by a horse. And the third one, I've been bitten by a dog. Dum, 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 dum.
I think it's the horse.
I think it's the dog, because it's an
Dogs.
obvious one.
You think she hasn't been bitten by a dog? I think it's the horse. She
Maybe the
grew up in
snake.
Brazil. For sure she got bit by a snake. And she has a phobia of snakes. She hates snakes.
Yeah, but I feel like she would have told us.
No, that's why she has a phobia, because someone bit her.
Okay, so I have a phobia of snake, but no, I've never touched one.
Okay. I think it's the horse.
Don't fight.
The horse?
I think it's the horse. So you think it's not true that she was bitten by a dog?
Up, Alexis.
Thing is that she loves dogs.
Okay, so that's your answer.
What do you think?
Horse
What do you
is
think?
a lie.
I think it's the snake.
You got it. You're gonna say dog. So when I was 3 years old, this is why I have this scar right here. It actually goes from down here all the way down. I was 3 years old and I was playing, my mom's best friend had a little dog and I was playing with her, with the daughter and their dog, and I was feeding cookies to the dog. And I kept feeding it. I mean, I was 3, so I kept feeding the dog, and the dog was little. And then all of a sudden, the dog couldn't take any more food. So then I was like, oh, break time, my turn. So I went to take the cookie to my mouth, and the dog just went. Whoosh. And so my mom and Tia Cristina, they were sitting right there. My mom saw it and then grabbed my lip and put it back. And then I went to the hospital that same minute, and they stitched me back up, and I have 15 stitches. The horse, I mean, my dad is a vet, large animals, so I've been around horses my whole life. I mean, I've stepped by a horse, I've been, you name it, I've been. But this was actually, it was winter, thankfully. We were out and about, we always walk around the horses. My dad has a bunch, and we were walking around, and I had my a thick jacket, thankfully. The horse came, and we were, patting and talking, and I got distracted for 2 seconds, and the horse just went right to my arm, and a horse bite can really do some damage, but because I had like this thick jacket, it just left a big old bruise on my arm. So, and snakes, thankfully, I hate snakes. I can't stand snakes. I have not been bitten by one, neither do I wish to become close to one. Chad made me touch one when we were in Australia, and I still have nightmares about it. So there you go. So, but this is the transition because I wanted to transition into something that it would ease up. But what is something that you guys are afraid of? Like what's you talk about? You don't like snakes either, but
Snakes. I don't like flying much. Going on planes. I'm scared of throwing up, getting sick, a little bit hypochondriac, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, just a little bit.
what about you, Eti?
I'm really afraid of frogs. It's kind of weird, but I just feel like they can just jump out of nowhere and they, you know, appear and then there's nothing you can do. They just show up and they're slimy and just thinking about it is just... So frogs
So
is
no
my
frog
thing.
legs for you then.
Oh, no frog legs.
It's a delicacy.
No frog legs, yeah. Frogs is my thing.
But that's
despise
it?
them. And
That's cool. I
actually,
need to add
the
something.
first night that we moved here in Naples in October, and the first night we told you about it,
Oh,
there's
yeah,
a
the
frog
car.
that jumped in the car, and we had just gotten to our
Yeah.
apartment. It was
Guess
our
what?
first night in the
I
apartment.
was the one who had to get rid of it.
Was she finicky?
Oh yeah, it was
She was gone.
No, I was
She was
like,
in the apartment. Goodbye. And I was like with something like try to like get that
It
frog
was
out of the
we get a
car.
broom?
Welcome
Yeah.
to Naples. That was it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are you adding on? What are you adding on?
On her way here, she was about to go by herself downstairs. And there's a dog that starts barking. Out of a sudden, she turns and she comes back running in the apartment. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, there's a dog. There's a dog.
The dog turned the corner and was coming towards me fast,
Oh my god.
barking.
So I know that I brought it up talking about the dogs. I brought it up to Eddie. So you have to hear this because this is very fascinating. The pet conversation. So let's talk about the dog situation and the fact that first of all, AT does not like dogs, but Catherine does want a dog. But now we've gone to a cat.
Yep.
So what's the deal with the cat? Where are we at?
Because my argument to why we cannot have a dog is because it wouldn't be fair to the dog because we travel so much. So now her argument is, well,
I guess
cats are perfect because they don't need a lot of maintenance.
But also, all of our tournaments have been cancelled to July.
So what
we would
happens
have
after?
the little kitten.
That's what I
will
said.
be
What
so-
happens after? She's like, oh no, there's no after. It's just focus
There's no
on the
after.
present moment.
Okay, because we were supposed to do a road trip for 3 months. The road trip is not happening anymore. So it's the perfect time to adopt a little, or to, I guess, adopt a little pet, a little cat. So you can give plenty of love within the next, 3 months. And then, then it's like 4 days, maybe 3 days away, and then you come back. And the cat is always happy when he sees you again.
And what do we talk about the cat litter? That was
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
is it magically gonna clean itself, right? Is that
Well, I found a few things which are a little expensive. it looks like a furniture. You can like make it part of your. Did you know that? Like a part of your furniture. and then it looks like a door, and then instead of being like something you can actually open, the cat can go in there,
Oh wow.
and it's like it does something by itself. But
So while I'm watching
maybe-
TV on the couch, if I
Just-
smell the litter, it's just, so well. Oh well. It's just.
But also we did talk about the fish. Well, how did the fish?
Yeah, that was great advice. I think we should get a fish, and if the fish doesn't die, then maybe we can talk about 2 fish.
no, I don't think I want any fish
So
because I want something that I can
You
cuddle
can-
with. It has to have like a little fur.
what
I think
about
that's what
a
it's called.
little Nemo, like cute?
Yeah,
Yeah, but like when we're gone for 4 days, I might come back and have to flush it down.
Yeah, that would be quite interesting.
Yeah,
ongoing battle
we'll be
here.
crying a lot.
Emotionally unstable. One of the things that, as you can see, I enjoy having, just spending time with these two. There's always stories, and one of my favorite stories, much better when told in person. I have to bring this up because it's just a lot of people sometimes think that these two are shy and they're like, this one is quiet. Yeah, right. And then this one, you know, doesn't talk much. When I get these two together, I'll tell you that it was always entertaining for me because it would be the highlight of my day. You know, it would be going about, you know, organizing practice, and they would get there before practice would start, and I always would start
Or
practice
late.
or late. because why? Because you did not get the answers because she told you the wrong answers.
Right.
Exactly.
A lot of the times they would come up to me before practice, and it was entertaining. I think one of my favorite stories is actually, I remember exactly where we were. I was by the mailbox by Heather's office, and the two of you came in, and it was about the fact that you guys had this exam.
So the story is that we were both taking a psychology stats class.
That's right.
And we were trying to learn the difference between, I think it was
False positive.
Yeah.
false positive or type 1 or
Still
type
don't
2
get it.
positive. I don't remember exactly what it was now, but it had to do with type 1 false positive, something like that. So we had been working on it for days, and we were sitting in the class an hour before the exam, and she still didn't understand this one particular concept that we knew for sure would be on the exam. So I go and I explain to her the entire difference between type 1 and type 2. And she's looking at me, and she has this particular desk there. Not many people have noticed it. Simone is one of the ones that has experienced this. She's still alive, thank God. And I experience this look all the time. So she tells me, she looks at me, and she doesn't say a word. And I know exactly what she's thinking.
And you know what's coming.
No, but usually if I look at you like that, you shouldn't be saying anything. You should say, like, you know,
Be quiet.
be quiet.
So I realized that she still didn't understand. So I looked at her and said, okay, I'm going to try to explain it to you in a different way. So then I spent another 10 minutes just trying to explain to her in a completely different way, hoping this time she's going to understand. So finally I finished my explanation, and she looks at me and she says, Athena, because of you, I'm going to have a 0 on this exam. I was like, I've done nothing but try to help you.
Oh my God.
And I felt terrible. And then the best part, which I think you know, is that she scored higher than me on the exam. She got like an 89.
No. The best was the day that you guys came in with the results, and she just like with what was it? The typical like the typical like put the head down. Oh my gosh.
I scored a 69 on that exam, and she got an 89, and I
That
guess
was a
I
tough
explained
exam,
it well.
No, I went back into what I was thinking was right before you explained it to me. I'm just kidding.
That was a good one.
No, but there was a lot of stories. I am so glad that we got to spend the time that we got to spend together because, as you know, that was some tough times that we went through with injuries and just in general. Sometimes the winter in Michigan AK definitely wasn't used to being from Miami, and
My freshman year was a record winter. Do you remember that winter?
oh my gosh, you're kidding me. And then I think we went for spring break, and then it was like we came back, and then we played outside, and then it was snowed again like in April. I just remember like, are you kidding me? This is to continue. Where you were more used to it, it was more. But I just remember there were those ups and downs of. But you guys always kept me entertained and with plenty of stories that we'll be able to tell for many years to come. With the new ones.
Yep, and there are new ones every day.
Every day there's something new. So, and again, I'm just really thankful they're a part of my life and my family's life as they are part of our family. Our kids love them, as you know, they're kids, so they know good people. So, but anyways, I just want to say thank you to them for being a part of my life and just being awesome all the time. So, thank you.
Thank you.
We
And-
love you.
Oh.
We're really happy. Ever since we
I'm not talking.
No, now we go from I'm gonna ruin my makeup.
Thank you,
Catherine's
Simone.
putting her hand
So,
No, but honestly, when I graduated, Catherine stayed for 2 years
Yeah.
after she was done with tennis. And after I graduated, we moved back to Florida, and we had 2 years of moving around. We had different jobs, and we were kind of struggling to find a place that we could be happy. And ever since we've moved here in October, I think Catherine can say we've been really happy here. I mean, we've felt like we have kind of our home that we're building, and family, and just knowing that we have you and Chad and the kids really makes us feel secure and safe. And so we do love you guys, and thank you for
oh, now it's
everything.
like where are the tissues? Oh man. Well,
I won't say much, but because otherwise I'm gonna get too emotional. But yeah, we love you and just really enjoy being in Naples, and you're a big part of it. So thank you.
oh, look at that. Anyways, thank you. Alex just being English. She's funny. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy it, and we're just very glad that we have them to go through tough times together, and we're looking forward to what the future holds for all of us. So thank you again for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, the button somewhere, whatever it is. This is our go-to. But anyways, thank you.